Hello YouTube. Since I have subscribers now, I thought it appropriate to do an account update. I'm going to cover a few things, but first I want to talk about this year's FATOC over on Broken Brains. I posted a video for round 2, and I could tell from the comments that people were more confused than entertained. The theme for round 2 was something other than flipping. You had to be entertaining. So I thought to myself, what could I do that would be entertaining while I flip? And I thought stand-up. I like stand-up. So my idea for the video was I would walk in front of the camera, behind a backdrop, so frustrated out of little annoyances that I've been thinking about, and because I'm so frustrated, I just flip. Which I actually do. When I'm stressed out, I don't have stress balls. I don't like stress balls, so I just flip. That's something I actually do. I flip when I'm stressed. So I thought it would kind of fit me. I'm actually a little bit stressed right now because I keep remaking this video. And I actually had to pick up a battle song in order to calm down. Weird, I know. So I know I'm not gonna win. I know I'm not gonna win round 2 or probably any of them. I'm a new guy over at Broken Brains. I've pretty much titled myself as the whipping boy for this year. So if you can make a video better than mine, even if you don't win, you can at least say, hey, it was better than Nathan Dewey. I beat Nathan Dewey. I was not worse than Nathan Dewey's video, and I still have some dignity. So I think we all win. I'm still going to post videos. I'm still going to compete. Just for the sake of competing, I don't entertain any winning anything. But it's fun. I want to improve as a flipper. I only know like a handful of moves. I'm just right now I'm just twirling. That's it. I want to get better, and when you put your flipping out there, you tend to get better. You tend to want to push yourself to be a little bit better, just so you can compete. And I think Broken Brains is a very good website. If you're into the art of flipping, you should really check it out. And if you're not that good of a flipper, don't worry. You're going to get better. If you compete, you'll get better. That's a fact. So that's a little thing I had to say about FATOC. Another thing. Sungway9, also known as Knifesoid, did a review for a prototype knife I sent him, and I just want to thank him for doing that. I know he had computer problems and it took a little bit longer than it was supposed to, but thank you for putting it out anyway. You really know what you're talking about, and I really appreciate the input that you gave me even before the video came out. Here's the one I sent to Knifesoid. You can tell it's been well used. And just like he said, it's got quite a bit of play. Not too much, but quite a bit of play. It's a loose feeling knife. Here's a more recent one. This is in the green canvas. As you can see, it's got the longer handles, different blade shape. The pivots are countersunk. Focus. Come on. I know I got a bad camera, I know. But I'm a maker, I gotta prioritize. I don't have a whole lot of money, and I do take pictures of every knife I make. So if you go to my Flickr account, you're not gonna miss anything. I document pretty much everything. And oh, another thing. I want to thank all the people that actually took the time. They had confidence enough to give me an order, basically. I'm a very new maker, and I've just been blown away by all the exposure I've just recently gotten. And you really, you know, it's really humbling. It really is. I'm currently working on Fiend number 12. I was only planning on making 7. And I have a total of 21 orders. So that means I have... I got a lot of orders. And they keep coming, you know. And it does push me to do better. You know, I'm not just going to produce something and just say, you know, this is what you get, you know, that's it. I'm not going to try to improve anything. This is a more recent blade. It's not perfect, but it's still a very good blade. Another thing I want to talk about is the slight imperfections on the face of the blade. Balisong Addict commented that he saw pitting on his blade. This is 440C. It's not likely to rust. What he saw is the leftover texture from polishing the blade. It takes way too much time to really bear down and get all those little marks out, those little blemishes, if you will. So I'm trying to keep these cost effective. I'm trying to get these functional and presentable at the same time. But again, $90, you get what you pay for. And you buy them directly from me. You're not going to get one, and if something breaks, you know, you're not going to be able to send it back or get it fixed. I stand by every one of my knives. So if there's something wrong, if something happens to it, let me know, you know? I'm not just going to leave you hanging. So, there's that. And I am improving on the handles. This is the black G10. A member did suggest that I polish these a little bit better, so I took some steel wool to this one, and you can't really see it on the camera, but it really does help the grain of the G10 show up more. It's very nice. It's more aesthetic. The belt sander can only do so much. You really gotta hand detail some of this. Other projects. I also modify knives. This is a 2009 Pendian. It was pretty beaten up. I've had it for a while. I bought this in December 2009, and it had been dropped. One of the tank pins finally came out, and it wouldn't go back in. So this was an excuse. This was an excuse to just redo it, just make it a better flipper, and I think that's what I did. I'm very happy with it. What I did is I put in phosphor bronze washers to really zero out the play. Pendians are very loose, notoriously. They got a old school feel. They're not meant for flipping so much, but they're very durable, especially the newer ones. I also reground the blade. I crowned the spine, gave it kind of a swedge, reground the edge, made it more leaf shape, very pointy. Gosh, I wish this camera was better, because it really doesn't do it justice. I also polished up the handles. I gave it more of a satin finish so it'd be less prone to show scratches or fingerprints. Flips very well. Other projects. Sometimes I get like a scrap piece and then I can't waste it, so I'm thinking of other projects for it. So I got this sheet of titanium and some leftover scales from an order that never happened, and I'm thinking of making a titanium paring knife. A lot of people think you can't get a good edge on titanium. You actually can, but it's very difficult. It's hard and tough at the same time. That's the problem with titanium. It makes a lot of sparks. It retains heat. So if you think it's cooled down, it probably isn't. You really got to be careful about that before you burn yourself. And it doesn't want to lose that burr. If you're grinding an edge on it, it continually keeps a very thin burr, and you literally have to take a diamond sharpener and cut the burr off. Camera blanked out. You gotta cut off the burr. And I tested this on a scrap piece of titanium. Sharp little edge right here, just garbage piece. And it slices very well. That was more of a rip. There you go. Come on, let's get a good one. There you go. So you can get a good sharp edge on titanium, it just takes some effort. Little back burner project for myself. Might do a video on that later. That was my account update. Thanks for looking. Take care, guys.